Welcome to the Build Your Life Coaching Biz podcast, where you get to learn how to become a professional life coach and start an online coaching business from scratch. I'm your host, Krista Kathleen, a professional certified coach and business mentor. In 2016, I got divorced and left my full-time job as a registered nurse and decided to bravely answer my calling of becoming a life coach so I could help to change lives as I traveled around the world. And now I want to help you discover your purpose too. Having the freedom and flexibility to be your own boss and make as much money as you want right from your laptop will be one of the best gifts you ever give to yourself, your family, and the world. In these episodes, I'll give you real coaching combined with proven strategies and spiritual practices in order to help you build your dream coaching business that feels perfect for you. Hello, my coaching friends. Today we have Free Training Tuesday, which is my favorite day of the week because I get to come on here live with you all and talk to you about some of my most favorite topics with becoming a life coach and starting an online coaching business. So today, this topic is inspired from Brooke Castillo's The Life Coach School podcast. If you all haven't listened to it, you should totally check her out. She's absolutely phenomenal. And she had a podcast similar to this that just came out last week. So it inspired me to want to support you all with the same topic of trying to figure out, how do you know if you're meant to become a life coach? I know that a lot of you, this is a really big question for you that's present on your mind right now as we're coming into the fall season for the Northern Hemisphere. And probably a lot of you have been seeing me advertise my new life coach training program that's starting in a month, and you're in this group. So yeah, I know that this is going to be really valuable for you all. And I'm going to share with you different characteristics that I've seen over the years. I've worked and trained hundreds and hundreds of coaches, and just, similar things that I see across the board. And I know that it will help you because you're like, oh yeah, that's me, or I totally identify with that. And then a helpful decision-making process at the end as well that will help you to decide, because it can be really frustrating to stay stuck in the land of maybes. And, maybe I should become a coach, maybe I shouldn't. When you're stuck in that place, it's really hard to make money. It's really hard to help change others' lives. It's hard to create a life full of freedom and flexibility, which I know you all want. So we want you to get out of the land of maybes and to fully decide and commit to if you're ready to become a coach or not. Okay, so the first thing I want to say is that if you are all here watching this, if you are taking precious time away from your evening or morning or afternoon, whatever part of the world it is for you, to be here right now, you are probably meant to be a life coach, right? You want to pay attention to the things that lead to curiosity. They're not random, and they're actually really big clues to your biggest purpose and fulfillment in life. And a lot of us don't know how to honor our intuition and tap into it, but right. So in my life coach training program, this is one of the things that we do is we teach you how to get really in tune with your intuition, because it will serve you for the rest of your life and greatly make running your life coaching business so much easier when you can pay attention to those like little internal messages and the things that that are just like nudging you and speaking to you. And if you're in this group and you attend my trainings, then you are most likely meant to become a coach and meant to become a very successful coach at that, right? So honor that, pay attention to that, stop doubting yourself, stop I know all the stories that go on in your head, because I was there at one time too, of like, oh, this isn't going to work out and I'll never replace my full-time income. And is life coaching even really a career? And can you actually make money with this? And, just all of those things that we go back and forth with. And it's just can really suck all of your energy out. So, but I get it. I've been there. And I know it takes time. It takes time to believe, to create that trust and that belief in yourself and in the fact that this coaching business can work. It can make you money. It can replace your full-time career, and it can help you to create the most amazing life in this world, because I'm living proof of that. I have been able to make it out on the other side and leave my nursing career to retire from that, which I was not happy. I was a miserable nurse. That's a whole nother story. So, okay, let's go ahead and dive into the bullets that I have. So I have 8 things that I want to share with you that'll help you to know if you're meant to be a life coach. And then at the end, we'll talk about the decision-making process that I use with myself and my clients that can help you to decide if you want to be a full-time life coach or a part-time life coach, if you want to do my life coach training program this fall, which we have 11 spots left. We just had our first official sign up this evening, so I'm so excited. I hope you all can celebrate with me. This is such a big fucking deal. I've been planning and creating this coach training program in my mind for years, and the fact that it's actually like taking off, it's so exciting when your ideas actually get to be birthed into this world, and then you get to make money from them, and people get to change their life around. So it is literally one of the most amazing feelings in the world, and it is happening right before our eyes. So I'm so excited. Okay, so the first thing, actually we already talked about it, is if you're watching this, then you're probably meant to become a coach. Pay attention to the things that you're curious about. Number 2 is you love, and we're going to put love in all caps, you love helping people. Every single life coach that I interview, they literally say this on their call, is I just love helping people. And I am the same exact way. Like getting to sit down with someone and look at their life and seeing where they can enhance their life. I don't like to say fix, because you don't need to fix your life, but where you can enhance your life, you can improve your life. There's nothing else in this world that brings me greater joy than that. I think it's the most fun thing in the world. And, just also being able to share resources with people, being able to listen to them and occasionally give them advice and just helping them to make their life better. If you're like anything like this with me, then you are meant to be a life coach. And that, like I said, that is the first thing that I hear people say is, I just love helping people. And it's so cool. How cool is that? Is that is like one of the things that brings you most joy in this world, is being able to help others. Like it's so beautiful. I love it. Okay, the next thing, third thing, is you want to turn your pain into purpose, right? So I know that not every life coach has a big pain to purpose story. And I know that sometimes this can be something that holds people back from being a life coach, because they're like, well, Krista, I haven't gone through like any really big tragic events in life. And that's totally okay. You do not have to go through tragic things in order to become a life coach. But what I tend to see happen, and myself included, is these big things did happen in your life. And now you're like, I want to do something with this. I know this happened for a reason. And I want to help other people who are going through similar things so they don't have to struggle as much, so they're not alone. So that's a really common thing in the life coaching world. And we call this turning your pain into purpose. So maybe, you went through a divorce, you lost a job, you have a chronic illness or a disability. Maybe you lost someone special in your life. Maybe you lost a child. There's so many big tragic life events that happen. And for a lot of us, it's really, really healing in order to be able to help others go through the same thing. And I know for me, that is my go-to. Anything I go through something really, really hard in life, my first thing is I want to help other people who are going through the same thing. And that helps me to process my pain. So I think that's a really healthy, productive way to deal and manage painful events in life. The next is you're a personal development junkie. Okay, so I'm still so worried about these comments not showing up. I'm like so scared I'm going to do this whole training and then none of this is going to record, but okay, like I said, we'll just go with it. Hold on, let me check on Facebook really fast. Okay, 1 minute, everyone. Let me check on Facebook really fast. Okay, 1 minute. Sophia's on. There we go. Okay, well, it looks like it's working. So, all right, we'll keep going. Hi, Sophia. Welcome. All right, and make sure if you're watching live or on the replay that you let me know in the comments section so that way I can enter you into our weekly drawing. Otherwise, I will not know who's watching this. So just say a little like hi or I'm here or introduce yourself or just some sort of comment in the comments, okay? Okay, so the next thing is number 4 is you're a personal development junkie. So you like all the things. You love reading books. You love listening to podcasts. You love watching or listening to TED Talks on YouTube. Maybe you like to do yoga or world traveling, or maybe you're into spirituality. Just any type of activity that's going to help you to like grow and enhance your mind. I have not met a single, like I said, I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of coaches over the years, and I've not met a single coach who doesn't like some sort of personal development. And it makes sense because we're in the personal development industry, right? So that would be really weird. Like if someone was like, no, I hate personal development, but I want to be a life coach. Like the two go hand in hand. And the life coaching industry or the personal development, like health and wellness industry is like the fastest growing industry right now behind the tech industry. So, which is really, really cool. This is such a great time to become a professional coach. But so yeah, you are probably a personal development junkie like myself. Every single life coach I know loves to just consume and read books. We pretty much read all the same books by Brene Brown, Marie Forleo, Gabby Bernstein, Tony Robbins, Glennon Doyle, and if you don't know who they are yet, you'll definitely know who they are soon enough. All right, the next thing is you love to work on your own shit, right? And even though it's hard and it's challenging to face your biggest fears and to go like deep into your limiting beliefs and stories and mindset stuff, there's a part of you that really likes this, and that's good. We need you to be like this because you have to work on yourself as you're becoming a coach. And it's really hard to help others and hold space for others if you've got all this unprocessed stuff going on yourself. So I find that most new coaches are very open to letting in support on a deeper level and working with a therapist, obviously working with their own coach. And this is so important because it's really hard to go out there and promote life coaching and say that life coaching is the most amazing thing in the world if you're not using it yourself or you don't believe in, having someone to help you through your own stuff. So I wouldn't say that like 100% of the time I'm always like, yeah, I love working through my shit. I'm ready to work through my shit. There's other times where I'm like, I'm just don't want to go there right now. I just need to live a little bit more on the surface. But most of the time I'm really open to hearing where I can heal things in my life and where I can be, doing things better. I can be improving my communication, or I can be looking at things through a different lens. And like I said, this is a quality that I see in most life coaches as well, which is a really good thing. And I wish there was more people out there like that. But honestly, most people it's hard for them. It's hard for them to get in touch with their emotions and look at the things that are scaring them. And they'd rather turn to other devices and things that numb out those emotions, like alcohol or drugs or porn or gambling or food or, just other distractions that cover up, what's really going on underneath the surface. And then, this is what leads to addictions and isolation and sometimes suicide and just not good stuff. So we need more people in this world who are, going to be vulnerable and surrender and willing to work through the hard stuff. So this is why I truly believe we need to have more life coaches in this world. Okay, the next thing is you crave deep connections with others. And again, this is really important because when you're in a coaching relationship, you go deep. You can't stay on the surface in a coaching relationship, whether it's one-on-one or in a group. Like, it really is this deep and intimate relationship. And so I find that this is why I just love so much being in the coaching community, having coaching friends, is because I thrive on those deep connections, and I find that it's really hard to find that in most places in the world. Most people are talking about their weekend plans or what the weather is like, and those things are just like absolutely exhausting to me, right? Like, I want to know what someone's deepest desires are in life. I want to know what's holding them back from everything they want to achieve. I want to know their fears, their worries, their insecurities. Like, I want to know those parts of their brain that everyone else doesn't get to know. Maybe they themselves don't get to know yet, right? So this is a common trait for a lot of life coaches, is to want to go deep with other people. And that's something I still carry a little bit of shame around. And like, for example, when we went on a yacht for 5 days for my dad's birthday this spring around the Florida Keys. And I had looked up on Pinterest, like, questions to ask your dad, because I was like, he's not going to be around forever and I want to learn more about him. And so like, I pulled up this Pinterest graphic and I was like, Dad, I'm going to ask you these questions. And then my brother and his boyfriend and then my stepmom and their friends were all sitting around the table, and they like all started laughing at me as I was doing this. And I got really embarrassed. And I was like, why are you laughing at me? And they're like, oh, you would do this, Krista. You would like try to do a coaching session with your dad on a yacht. And I don't know, it just like really, it kind of stung. And so there's still things I'm working through, but I really do. I love to ask people thought-provoking questions. I love to go deep. And I mean, that's a good thing in the coaching world. So I'm working through trying not to be ashamed of that. I'm not perfect here. And yeah, there will always be things that I'm working on for the rest of my life, right? I'm owning my shit. There you go. See, owning my shit. Okay, the next is you're a serial optimist, right? So you kind of have to be. Now, there is a thing where you can be like too optimistic, and there's a term for it. What is it called? Spiritual, I don't remember the exact name for it. Sorry, it's the end of the day. My brain's starting to get a little mushy. But you want to make sure that, I mean, like we are like a cheerleader for our clients. We do want to be positive. We do want to be optimistic, because a lot of times they're bringing their stuff to us and we don't want to join them in the victim and pity party scene with them. We want to be this higher vibration to help them lift them out of whatever's going on. But sometimes you can be a little bit too much of that. So you have to find a middle ground. You have to find a balance with that. But generally, life coaches are very happy, optimistic people that we love life and we want to help others love their life. And I'm proud of that, of myself. I usually, if we're in a difficult situation, my brain will just naturally go to, okay, what lesson are we learning from this? Or what's the good thing happening in the situation? And I think maybe I've trained my brain to do that over time, so, but yeah, you're probably a happy, optimistic person, and the world needs more of that, because the world can be a very depressing, fearful place, and we need people who say, okay, let's keep moving forward. Let's get out of this. What's the lesson we learned here? How can we grow from this? How can we keep moving forward, right? Remember, coaching is about helping people to move forward in their life. So we can't be stuck in the past. We can't be focused on everything that went wrong in our lives. Like, we have to have some sort of optimism at the end of the day. Okay, and then the last thing is you're not afraid to be real with people and call them out on their shit. Now, this is something that I'm working through. So I am a recovering people pleaser, and for the longest time, I would not do this. I did not know how to do this because I didn't want to be perceived as a bitch or a mean person or hurt other people. But what I found through training to become a life coach is we are, if you kind of like the TSA thing, if you see something, you need to say something, right? So if you see your clients having these stories or these things that are holding them back, you have to call them out. And it doesn't have to be mean, but you need to say something. You can't just keep letting the same old patterns happen. Like, you are meant to help interrupt patterns in their life so they can change and grow and think differently as a person. So this is not something that I had when first becoming a life coach, but after becoming a life coach, now I'm gotten so much better at just being real and honest with people. And I find that people really crave this when you do it from this, really loving, authentic place. Okay, so I promise you, if you're not there yet, you will learn to love learning how to call people out on their shit, because you will be doing it a lot in your coaching sessions. And I will teach you all how to do it from this very loving, beautiful place in our coach training program. Okay, and then the last thing I want to talk about, so this is like a little bonus tip, is how to make a decision. And I know that a lot of you are considering doing my life coach training program this fall, and I would love to have all of you in there, except we only have 11 spots for this first round. However, you have to be able to make this decision for yourself, right? You cannot, your partner, your husband, your girlfriend, your wife, your kids, your coach, nobody else can make this decision for you. You have to do this for yourself. And sometimes this is the first part of the transformational work of becoming a life coach, is just deciding to go through coach training. And I know it's not a decision to take lightly, right? Because you are going to be investing your hard-earned money into this, and it is a 7-month commitment. And then there's also an in-person retreat as well. And I know you don't know the other students yet. You're still learning to get to know me. So it's really requiring a lot of self-trust and belief to make this decision. And I get that because I was there at one time when I was deciding to go through a coach training program back in 2017. But a little trick that I use for myself and I teach my clients to do when they're making big decisions in their life is to talk to your future self 20 years from now. And I did not come up with this idea. I got this from Tara Moore in the book Playing Big. Totally recommend reading that book. Like, if you have not read that book, I literally want you to, after watching this, get onto Amazon and go purchase that book, because that book is a game changer. And in there, she has a future self meditation. And how you do it, it's super simple, but you're just going to, I would recommend like sitting on the ground or sitting outside to get that grounding energy, and closing your eyes. And I want you to visualize your future self 20 years from now sitting or standing in front of you, and you notice what they're wearing, how they look, their energy, and anything else that stands out about them. And you're just going to have a conversation with them, and you're going to say, tell me what I need to know about my future. What decisions do I need to make right now? What should I do in terms of becoming a life coach? Should I join this life coach training program? Right? So just ask any questions that you want to your future self standing in front of you, and then just get really quiet and wait and see what answers they give back to you. And I promise the answers will always come, and they just like kind of bubble up inside of you. And it's so beautiful because it's the most wise and correct answer you'll ever receive. And you can do this with absolutely anything in your life. So I do this with my clients all the time on our private sessions when they're getting really stuck and they're like, I don't know if I should do this or this or this. And I'm like, okay, let's close our eyes, visualize your future self in front of you right now. And then they always, after the meditation, they're like, oh my gosh, I know exactly what to do. And it's so cool because the decision came within you, and it's something that you feel really good and really confident about. So you can do that with deciding if you want to train to become a life coach this fall or not. And I would encourage you all to do this exercise, and you can let me know how it works, but I know that it'll give you all the answers you need. Because remember, all the answers are already within you. And that is something that we teach our clients as well, is how to honor the answers that are ready to come up inside of them and be answered. And then there's 2 questions to end this tonight. There's 2 coaching questions that I want to ask you all. The first one I got from Brooke's podcast is, which decision brings you closer to who you want to be? Okay. Which decision brings you closer to who you want to be? Yeah, that's a good one, isn't it? Okay, the next one I want to ask you is, are you okay if nothing changes in your life 6 months from now? Are you okay if nothing changes in your life 6 months from now? Okay, so if you want to answer those in the comment section, I would love to hear those from you all. I always love to hear from you all. And yeah, I hope that this training tonight was helpful for you in helping you to identify if you're already a natural life coach, and then ways that you can make a decision about becoming a life coach, because it sucks living in the land of maybes and constantly being back and forth, and I'm not sure. So yes, that is all that I have for you tonight. And just to let you all know, we do have 11 spots left for our life coach training program. It starts October 4th. So I will drop the website in the comment section. You can read through the info. You can apply right there, hit the button, apply. And then after that, after I get your application, we'll set up an interview so you and I can meet face-to-face on Zoom. I'll answer all of your questions about the program, and we'll help you to decide if it's a good fit for you based off where you want to take your coaching business. I already know it will be, but I'll help you to see and feel that as well. And it's going to be an incredible experience together. So just, real quick, I'll let you know what the details are, but you can also read this on the website. Is the first 3.5 months, we're going to teach you all the skills that you need to be a professional life coach. So how to set up a coaching session, the type of questions to ask, how to be a better listener, how to create goals and accountability for your client, how to support your client in between sessions, how to structure a life coaching session. I don't know if I said that yet or not. And then we're also going to get you ready to apply for your professional certified coach credentials with the International Coaching Federation as well. So you can have those credentials like I have behind my last name, PCC, and you can be accredited with the most credible. What are the words I'm trying to say here? The International Coaching Federation is the top-notch, highest quality coaching credentialing center in the world for coaches right now. And I'm going to be getting my program accredited through them, so that way you can have those credentials behind your name and stand out from all the other coaches out there. And then the last 3.5 months will be all of the business, the marketing, the branding, the sales. So getting your online coaching business set up, figuring out, what kind of coach you want to be, who your unique niche is, how to run a discovery call, how to do an online launch, how to create a coaching package, how to price your coaching package, how to sell your coaching package. So everything you need to know with finding paying coaching clients, so that way you can make this a real profitable business. And it's not just like a dream or coaching people for free, but you're actually getting paid to do this work. And then we have an in-person retreat as well in the middle of January at Clearwater Beach, Florida. I've hosted this retreat so many times. It is going to be so much fun. We're going to be swimming with the manatees on Saturday. We're going to have amazing workshops. We're going to do a cacao ceremony. We're going to do a static dance. There's going to be a branding photo shoot. So you're going to walk away from this retreat being a changed person, and you're going to just have so many new friends. And it's also going to be great for you as well, because you're going to get to see what it's like to host your own group programs and host your own retreats by being a client first. And that is the best way to learn. That is how I've done in my business, is I've always participated first and then took notes, paid attention, and then learned how to offer it to my audience second. So just go ahead and click on that website in the comments section, apply there, and then we'll get that interview set up for you so you can get started and get in the fall class. So thanks again for being such a valuable member of this group. And I'm so honored to be training you. Even if you don't end up joining the program this fall, it's just an honor that I get to train you every week here. And thank you so much for saying yes to this work and putting your beautiful energy and gifts out into the world. So, all right, everyone, have a great evening. Night.